At first brush, building effective rapid transit for a city as sprawly and car-dependent as Phoenix sounds about as impossible as filling in the Grand Canyon with a backhoe, giving a saguaro a massage, or finding a tourist shop with no Cocopellis. Yet somehow Arizona's state capital did it. This is Valley Metro Rail, a 29-mile light rail between Phoenix and its neighbors Tempe and Mesa. It serves all sorts of important destinations, garners decent ridership since its 2008 opening, and has been expanded a few times, with more on the way. But just how useful is this train when most of the right-of-way is in city streets? The only way to find out is to go for a ride. Let's take a look at the map. Phoenix, Arizona is located in the south center of the state, and with an urban population of 1.6 million, it's the 5th largest city in the US, and the largest to be a state capital. Its metro area population of 4.85 million ranks 10th nationwide. This includes the nearby cities of Scottsdale, Tempe, Mesa, and Glendale, among others. Phoenix has a rather low density at about 3,100 people per square mile. By comparison, San Diego, California has 4,255, and Seattle has 8,775. It might not surprise you that only 9.1% of households don't own vehicles. The Valley Metro Light Rail starts north of downtown Phoenix at the elevated Metro Parkway station. From here it descends to street level and follows 25th Avenue, Dunlap Avenue, 19th Avenue, Camelback Road, and North Central Avenue into downtown, running mostly in dedicated medians. Here the line splits, with eastbound trains using 1st Avenue and Jefferson Street, and westbound trains returning on Washington Street and Central Avenue. Trains then continue along Washington and pass Sky Harbor Airport, which has its own people mover known as SkyTrain, between the light rail and the terminals. After the airport, trains turn off of the street again, cross the Salt River, and reach downtown Tempe. It's here that the line intersects with the Tempe streetcar. After that, trains rejoin traffic at Terrace Road, beat the streetcar one more time, and continue onto Apache Boulevard, which becomes Main Street upon reaching Mesa. At long last, the line comes to an end at Gilbert Road. Now, when I filmed this in 2021, the Tempe streetcar didn't exist yet, and the expansion to Metro Parkway was still under construction, so my friend Kiera and I would be starting our trip at 19th and Dunlap.
And now we're going to ride the light rail, we meaning me and my friend Kiera. We have also found some art.
It's very yellow.
Once I struggled with the fare machine and my lack of hair product, we were ready to ride. Our train was one of Valley Metro Rail's Kinky Chariot vehicles painted in the agency's older sky blue livery, which is personally my favorite. These trains come equipped with extra insulation, solar reflective windows, and air conditioning units powerful enough to power 3 homes. This is all to withstand the desert heat, which can reach above 110 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer. They also have big front bumpers to help avoid collisions. Inside, trains have mixed high and low floors, along with bike storage. I will say Valley Metro has some of the oddest mascots I've ever seen in transit. Right and wrong show you the, you guessed it, right and wrong ways to do things in a given situation. Now, where have I seen that format before? Most stations were set up in roadway medians, taking advantage of the wide stroads that surround downtown Phoenix. This stop featured a train in the newer purple livery, which I honestly don't like quite as much. Valley Metro trains can be 3 cars long, but most stick with 2. Stations also feature plenty of shade, art, and vegetation, giving them a human feel.
Approaching station, Thomas and Central Avenue, Midtown, exit to left.
After a bit of travel, we arrived in Midtown, home to multiple art museums, residential areas, and business centers.
So Kiera, tell us where we're going.
We're going to the Bird Museum?
The Herd Museum. I don't think I've heard of that one. What?
Here in the median, we had time to admire the street-running trackage as we waited and waited for the crosswalk. At least we would soon be enjoying some art in the...
Be a lesson to always check if the place you're going is open.
Kiera didn't do her research.
Yeah, it is closing in 20 minutes. So technically it is open. But it won't be by the time we get there. Given how long these crosswalks are.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Jumping onto another train, we headed into downtown where trains pass close to the central business district, the the Footprint Center Arena, and Chase Field, home to the Arizona Diamondbacks. One destination squarely not on that list is the Arizona State Capitol building several blocks to the west, although plans are afoot to connect rail transit to this facility, which is currently surrounded on all four sides by parking lots. If you feel like you're surrounded by scorching hot asphalt, metaphorically or literally, maybe it's time to check out my Patreon, where you can watch early videos and enjoy bonus content. I have a massive school break coming up in January 2025, and I'd love to make some more videos for you guys then, but I'm going to need your help to do it. Also, where should I go in January?
So since all the museums are closed, we are riding the SkyTrain at the airport.
Yay!
At the airport station, an enclosed skybridge passes over the street, and escalators lead up to the air-conditioned SkyTrain platform. Two Inovia APM 200s, identical to those used on Dallas-Fort Worth Skylink, pulled in and we were off.
It's a bus on a concrete track.
So, bus train.
A bus train, yes. Actually, you know what? We should use the acronym Bus Rapid Transit for this, because Muppet... Did I say Muppet?
This free landside system connects parking and transit to the airport's terminals, and it flies as high as 100 feet off the ground to accommodate aircraft passing underneath, making it the world's first rapid transit to bridge an active taxiway. Heading west once again, we turned off of Washington Street and passed over the Salt River into Tempe. This town is home to Arizona State University, not to be confused with the University of Arizona, which is in Tucson. We reached our final stop at Veterans Way College Avenue, which uses a Spanish solution for only the eastbound track for some reason, and headed out in search of fluids. As Kiera's mom told me, if you're thirsty in Phoenix, you're already dehydrated. We ended up in a Starbucks with its own sticky note wall, where I decided to leave a meaningful message, as did Kiera.
And now we're heading home on the light rail. We're still here. What do we do? Use the TARDIS?
So what are my final thoughts on the Valley Metro Light Rail? Well, building a 29-mile light rail in the sprawly capital of a right-leaning swing state that actually goes where people want it to go is nothing short of fantastic. It's what they could realistically get built. They managed to avoid making all the stations park and rides, and there's some decent walkable urbanism around many of the stations. It's right where people need it, and it's meant to get people between different urban destinations more so than from the suburbs to the urban core. There are also plenty of expansion plans in the works. Climate and Transit has a great video about that. The only problem is, with very little true grade separation, it's really a streetcar, covering commuter rail-esque distances, what people would call an interurban back in the day. Trains do have signal priority, but there's not much of a speed advantage over driving the same route, and it might be difficult to convince your average car-owning Phoenix voter that this is better than just running a bus. But even if this train is just a glorified streetcar, I would say it does a pretty dang good job of being one.